What's this I hear about Sony not attending E3? What is going on in this gaming community? This is fucking terrible. I mean, first Nintendo, then Microsoft, now Sony. Where does this leave E3 in the future, man? We got a lot to talk about here, so without further delay, here's the gaming pulpit. Now, there's a really big history with E3, right? E3, I'm sure you can probably dig up more detailed information about the purpose of E3 and, how it originated. But from, I'm going to give you the ghetto, bite-sized version of what's going on here. I remember when I was younger, and they started to have E3 back in the 90s, and, it was actually there to show, it was there to help out the gaming console manufacturers. It was a convergent place where gaming console manufacturers could show off to the world what they had in store. And E3, the game, you had the Segas and the Nintendos and the Sonys needing E3 to kind of catapult their content. Gaming since then has become completely mainstream. It's way bigger than E3. To the point where, Sony showed off their new console. This generation, the PS4, they showed it in a totally internal conference. They also did this with the PlayStation Pro. You know what I mean? So they kind of use E3 as a complimentary conference. And now that's no more. Now E3 is not going to be. It's the E3 doesn't have the importance anymore. They just don't. They don't have the importance. And there's a lot of people that are completely sad about this. It was a tradition, and the gaming community about having E3, and they're sad. Me personally, this is evolution. This is definitely not to say Sony is right about this or Nintendo was right about this or anything. But the writing was on the walls. The E3, the powers to be at E3 didn't change anything. They overestimated their importance, and then when all of these publishers or manufacturers started to pull out, I mean, so be it. This is, I'm definitely not trying to damage control this shit. I mean, but now we need to actually look at the importance of Sony. There's a lot of people that have no interest at this point in time to watch anything E3 related. There's a lot of people that they're done. Sony was the final straw. There's not going to be any surprises or anything like that. And you know what? I'm glad. Because there was a lot of people that were just bitching about last E3. They tried to show the games. They tried to give you, Japanese fucking flute players and shit like that. They tried to give you churches and shit. Try to take niggas to church. And people were like, Microsoft had the better conference because they showed third-party games. Fuck it. That's how they look at it. And, I kind of like this attitude from Sony. I'm not going to lie to you. I do. I really do. So Sony did have an official, they had an official statement about why they weren't joining E3. And I'll paraphrase it. Essentially, well, as the industry evolves, they are looking to evolve too and find new ways. They're not going to have E3. They're not going to attend E3, nor are they going to have a conference alongside E3 at all. They just are not attending that shit, period. Which, to be honest with you, that statement kind of leaves. They also said this too, I forgot. Within this statement, they said they have some new and familiar ways of sharing their content with their consumers, and they can't wait to show it. Now, people can look at this and say, oh, they may announce the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5, and this will be really, really cool. Listen, even when love making, sometimes it's just better to let the bitch anticipate. Just let her anticipate it. You can't just give it all up. You can't. You gotta let a bitch anticipate the shit and make it feel better and make it feel gooder. That's the thing. That's what they're doing. You know. And it's to be honest with you, all jokes aside, it's a message to the powers that be at E3 to say, I don't need you. I don't need your bitch ass. To be honest with you. Most of these people fucking watch E3 via streaming. They watch E3, you know, wherever they can get a chance. They read, you know, these fuck boy publications and websites that consolidates it and they rate E3. That's what most people, you know, do it. But you know what? Another thing too, if you want to look at Sony, you can't lose a race if you never run in it. You can't lose it. So people are saying, oh, Microsoft is kind of, you know, left out in the open. You know, Microsoft is going to be the winner by default. No, what's happening is that Microsoft is left wide open. It is to actually expose all of the faults and cracks that Microsoft has. You bought all of these damn studios to show your consumer and shareholders good faith that you're going to do something better, but you're not ready into the next generation. So you either have to force your hands and say, hey, the next box is coming out. I don't think they want to do that shit. I don't. This is a very interesting play to me, because most people think that, or some people think that Microsoft is leaving the gaming industry, at least the traditional console gaming industry. Not yet. But this will definitely hurt them and fuck up their whole fucking plans. I'm sure of it. This is not good for Microsoft at all. And boy, if they decide to come back at E3 at a later date, like E3 2020, with the PlayStation 5, after that long awaited, you remember I told you earlier, let the motherfucker anticipate. You know, you gotta they doing some foreplay shit on you. And for all the little people that says this too, I've been looking at YouTube videos saying that, oh, this is a tradition. You motherfuckers kind of remind me of all the people down south that love them fucking Confederate flags, and the people up north, and the people want to kind of scratch that from the scratch that from U.S. history, and then you got the people that's the history of the South, the Confederate flag. That's our history. You can't take that away from us when it has all these fucked up meanings and shit like that in the background. Let the shit go. Let shit evolve and keep it moving. That's how the whole humanity progresses anyway. Like, relax. The E3 wasn't that good since 2015 and 16 anyway. Relax. You know what I mean? But I personally think, some people think that Sony, getting back on topic, that Sony's not going to return to E3. And I've thought about this. I'm like, yeah, they may come back to E3 2020. They may not come back to E3 in a traditional sense anymore. That may be it for them. That honestly may be it. They're going to show off their games, but they're going to appear to be like a regular third-party developer where they just show off their little things here and there. And that's it. This is definitely evolution, and you can't fight it. Lastly, I want to talk about, there's a huge controversy over Bethesda games and their old-ass, broke-ass engine. I'm going to make this fucking quick. Stop buying their fucking games. Like, honestly, stop buying their broke, weak-ass games. It's not a good game. They're not good games. There's a lot of games that have surpassed Bethesda games. The fucking talkhead of Bethesda said that, I don't want to change my engine because it's easy to use. After all this debacle with Fallout 76, and this is going to hurt them. And I'm glad it's going to hurt them. But let me know in the comments what you think about this video. Whether you liked the video or you disliked the video, what you liked, what you disliked about the video. And if you liked it, a sub would be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys.